one win away from clinching the NL West for a third year in a row and for the 11th time in the last 12 years. Bottom 7, Dodgers down 2-0. Man on for Will Smith. /50 season, 400 total bases. Dodgers have a one-game lead on the Phillies for the best.
So the other night, moments after Shohei Ohtani had become the first player ever to go 50-50, 50-plus homers, 50-plus steals in one season, I recorded a video with a stunned and potentially knee-jerk overreaction that the case had just been closed, that Shohei's the baseball GOAT. My man Deion Sanders backed me up the other day when he said, and I quote, "Ohtani, he's incredible, man. You can compare him to the Jordans and the Tom Bradys of the world. That's who he is. He's doing things we haven't fathomed," said Deion Sanders, who did start in center field and bat leadoff for those teams that I previously mentioned. Deion knows what he's talking about when it comes to baseball. And yes, sir, Ohtani is doing things we have not fathomed. He's about to win his third MVP in 4 seasons. And of course, when his arm has been healthy, the man has gone 38-19 as a pitcher, including an ERA right at 3. In 2022, he finished 4th in the Cy Young race with an ERA of 2.33. Extraordinary. And he's now stolen 55 bases at 6 feet 4 inches tall and 210 pounds. And he, who knows, may wind up leading the league in homers for a second straight year. Lord have mercy. No player has ever been this all-around versatile. I mean, Babe Ruth couldn't run. Barry Bonds didn't have much of an arm. Ohtani is actually what you'd call a six-tool player, maybe the first ever six-tool player. He can throw from deep right field to third base, and he can pitch. Top 5 pitcher pitch. Ohtani is definitely the tools GOAT. But here's where I overreacted. Conclusion jumped. I wasn't thinking at that crazy moment, that goosebumps moment, that Shohei Ohtani has never played in the postseason. Not a single swing, not a single pitch. As you probably know, I'm all about the playoffs, the money games, the ones that really matter. Now, do I think Ohtani will be great when it matters most? I do. But he's now the best player on the Dodger team favored to win it all. Time to back that up. Maybe time for me to calm down just a little, just for a moment. So this is what's dawned on me. Identifying the baseball GOAT is way, way more complicated than concluding Michael Jordan, obviously, and Tom Brady, obviously. The problem is the most valuable players in baseball are starting pitchers who can pitch only every fifth or sixth or sometimes even seventh day, unless they're Ohtani or Babe Ruth. So baseball was my first love when I was a kid, but Babe Ruth was even before my time. So I did read some written for kids biography of the Babe. It really didn't do his career much justice, and not until last night did I look hard at what he accomplished. Of course, until Hank Aaron came along, Ruth was obviously the greatest home run hitter ever, finished with 714. But I did not realize that Babe Ruth pitched Boston to 3 World Series titles, pitched them to the titles. In 2 World Series, he went 3-0 with an 0.87 ERA. He also led the league in ERA 1 year, along with going 23-12. Whew. Whoa. Wow. Yet, as you know, Babe Ruth did not have to compete against Black or Latin players. And as you probably know, Babe Ruth was a fat guy. So for me, those 2 factors somehow always disqualified him from being in the GOAT debate. Which brings me to Barry Bonds. I had the honor and privilege of covering Michael Jordan in Chicago and Barry Bonds in San Francisco. Barry Bonds was the greatest hitter ever. Ain't even close. The only hitter who ever had the advantage over the pitcher. While Barry was winning 5 MVPs in San Francisco to go along with the 2 that he won previously in Pittsburgh, Barry Bonds shattered Ruth's single-season records for walks and intentional walks and on-base percentage. That's because nobody would pitch to Barry Bonds. He'd only see, and I was at many of these games, maybe a couple of hittable pitches a night, and he would invariably hit those hard, either off or over the wall. And yes, I know all about the performance-enhancing drugs. Barry actually came late to that McGuire-Sosa party. But the steroids did not enhance Barry's ability to put bat on ball solidly, nearly every single swing, bat on ball with the rarest of hand-eye coordination. Steroids didn't help that. And by the way, Barry did win 8 Gold Gloves, and he did steal 52 bases 1 year in Pittsburgh. That was pre-steroids, before he got big. But I must admit, Barry's postseason numbers never quite lived up to his regular seasons. In fact, by his standards, they're pretty sorry, except for that one great World Series he played in when, late in Game 6, I was there, with a 5-0 lead and a ring nearing his finger, Barry started clowning around during a late at-bat. Then Dusty Baker looked like he was celebrating prematurely. And those Rally Monkey Angels fought back, and they won 6-5. Then they won Game 7, and Barry Bonds wound up with 0 rings. Not goatish.
Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball goes up for auction. How much could it sell for? The ball that Shohei Ohtani hit to become the first player in Major League Baseball, MLB, history to achieve the remarkable feat of 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in a single season is now up for auction, sparking immense interest and speculation among collectors and sports fans alike. The highly anticipated auction was announced on Wednesday by Golden, one of the premier marketplaces for sports memorabilia and collectibles. The company revealed that it had successfully secured the coveted ball, and the bidding process is set to commence on Friday, creating a buzz around one of the most valuable pieces of baseball history to ever hit the auction block. The historic moment took place last Thursday during a game between Ohtani's team and the Miami Marlins. As the two-way superstar stepped up to the plate, the atmosphere was already charged with anticipation, given Ohtani's remarkable season. With a powerful swing, he sent the ball soaring into the stands, marking his 50th home run of the season. This milestone was significant not only because it marked 50 home runs but also because it solidified Ohtani's position as the first player to achieve 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases within a single MLB season. Fans in the Lone Depot Park, where the game took place, were sent into a frenzy as several individuals in the outfield seats scrambled to retrieve the ball, fully aware of its historic value. In what was arguably one of the finest performances of Ohtani's career, the star player had an unforgettable game, going 6-for-6 at the plate, which included hitting 3 home runs, stealing 2 bases, and driving in 10 RBIs. The final score was a dominant 20-4 victory, with Ohtani at the center of the action. According to Golden, the fan who ultimately secured the ball was quickly escorted by the stadium's security team to ensure the item's safety and authenticity. The ball was authenticated shortly afterward, cementing its status as a prized piece of sports history. Although the identity of the fan remains anonymous, it was reported by Andy Slater of Fox Sports 640 that they were offered an initial sum of $300,000 for the ball, a generous offer that was promptly declined. Within just a week, the ball made its way to Golden, where it is now set to be sold to the highest bidder. Ohtani is a truly one-of-a-kind player, and his incredible 50-50 season may well go down as his most extraordinary achievement to date. We are incredibly honored to present this iconic item to collectors around the world. This is more than just a piece of sports memorabilia, it's a slice of baseball history that fans and historians alike will cherish for generations, said Ken Golden, the founder and CEO of Golden, in a statement. His comments reflect the widespread belief that Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball is not only a symbol of personal triumph but also a landmark in the storied history of baseball itself. So, the question arises, how much could Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball ultimately sell for? Bidding on the ball through Golden's website will officially open on September 29 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, with a starting bid set at $500,000. However, for those who are eager to skip the bidding process, there is an option to purchase the ball outright for a staggering $4.5 million. The ball will remain available for immediate purchase up until October 9. But if the bidding reaches $3 million before that date, the option to buy it directly will be taken off the table, and the ball will remain in auction until the final bids are in. For those interested in participating in the extended auction, it is set to begin on October 16 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, allowing collectors and investors one last chance to claim the historic item. While it's impossible to predict the final selling price of the ball, there is speculation that it could set a new record for the most expensive baseball ever sold at auction. The current record for the highest-priced baseball was set in 1999 when the ball from Mark McGwire's 70th home run during his legendary home run chase was sold for an astonishing $3.05 million. That ball was purchased by none other than Todd McFarlane, a renowned comic book creator and artist. More recently, another significant home run ball garnered attention in the collectibles market, Aaron Judge's 62nd home run ball from the 2022 season, which broke the American League single-season home run record. That ball fetched a sum of $1.5 million at auction, making it the second most valuable baseball ever sold. With Shohei Ohtani's unique talents and global appeal, as well as the significance of the 50-50 milestone, many believe that his home run ball could surpass previous records. If it does, it would not only set a new benchmark in the world of sports collectibles but also further solidify Ohtani's place as one of the greatest and most influential players in baseball history.